Nova Scotia's EMO asked to use the hall as a registration centre for residents of Portapique who had fled their homes.
For residents of Portapique who had fled their homes.
An RCMP officer was posted here in a cruiser. By this time, police were on the hunt for the shooter, who they knew was impersonating a police officer. At 10:30 a.m., 2 RCMP officers fired multiple shots outside the hall. Sources have told CTV News the officers thought they were firing at the suspect, when it was in fact a fellow Mountie.
This program is brought to you in part by...
Why don't you get yourself some turned-down collars, Poirot? They're much more the thing, you know.
The thing, Hastings? Do you think Poirot concerns himself with mere thingness?
No. No, I see that.
The turned-down collar is the first symptom of decay of the grey cells.
You know, I just think if people keep pushing, I can't, first of all, thank enough all of the hard work. There's 3 fellow YouTubers who are working very, very hard with me on this one. Rage in the Cage, Steve LTT, and Just My Stupid Opinion. Just plugging them, sorry. But they are fantastic guys, really been busting their humps here. And, you know, stepping up to the plate, because there's a certain amount of risk saying certain things. And also, likewise, all of the people who are volunteering information and time, which, like I said, over on the Discord or sending me anonymously information, it is fantastic.
Oh, this is awesome. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Okay, my internet is frozen. I don't know if it's coming through on the other side. I can hear you. Anyways, good evening, everybody. I'm going to hope that I might have to step out because for some reason now my computer has, funnily enough, frozen. Very interesting. I don't know how to unfreeze that. Not very good. How's everybody doing tonight, even though I can't see you? Google Chrome is not responding. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, this is not good.
Well, I'm here.
Okay, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to step out and I don't want to restart my computer. There's a lot of good stuff open right now. I don't know how to handle this. This should not be happening this way. Google Chrome is not responding. Look at this stuff. Like everything's frozen on me. Is my camera working?
Yes, I can see your camera. Can you hear me?
Okay. I don't know. Can people in the thing hear me? What the fuck is going on here? I might have to just shut down and restart.
Control-Alt-Delete. See what's bugging up your system. Maybe, I don't know.
My Google Chrome is crashed, but if I shut down my Google Chrome, first of all, I lose all of my tabs, which is everything that I have lined up. Number one. Number two, which is a fair amount, and number two, it'll shut down StreamYards on me, so I won't be broadcasting. I think you'll be stuck in there alone. I can come back though.
If people just want to look at a black screen, I'm okay.
All right, I'm gonna have to restart. That's what I'm gonna have to do. So why don't you carry the show? How's that?
I'll just be muted.
No, just say hello because I'm not going to be around. So
oh wow, pressure's on. Pressure's on.
People, all right.
Oh, I'm terrible with people.
I'll be back. Okay.
All right. Soon. So hello everybody. How's everyone doing? Jimbo Slice. Who else have we got in here? Lynn McDougall. None of your business. Of course, Ms. Fox and Anna Sisson, Glenn B. Oh dear, always making good videos. David Davis. Martian Mac. Oh, look. Someone's making fun of me. Yeah, I probably messed it up. I'm, you know me, I'm just a inside job guy. It's pretty weird when I can hear myself talk and hear the TV in the other room repeat what I say. But tell me, where are you guys all from? And any other personal details you want to tell me. How do you think Rick Howe's doing these days? Think he's up and at 'em, or do you think he's down and out? Hi, Beth. Seamus will be back. He's having some issues, I guess, with his computer. Actually, I'm lying. I just hacked his channel. Now he's gone. No, that's a joke. That's a joke. Don't think that's serious. I think Steve's supposed to be in here soon. Hopefully this is being recorded. I'm sure Julie is out there making an inventory of this, put in an archive. Wearing tape, Brandon, come on. I know you guys like to play with hammers and sledgehammers. Tell us a story. Story time. It's tinfoil, not aluminum. We're not cheap here. Okay? Tin. Tin rust, I guess. So maybe aluminum is worth more. I don't know. Give us a bootlegger's story.
Okay.
I'm sure Seamus can help out with a bootlegger's story.
Am I back now?
I can see it and hear
it. Okay, so obviously there's been a bunch of developments recently. Now I'm going to run through a history of some things that I've been aware of for a long time. Many of you who have watched the channel for since the beginning probably are aware of some of these details, but I'll just rehash them. So early when I started this process, I got contacted by somebody who said they talked to me about Indo Blue 82. I didn't know who the hell anybody was. I just got a phone call from Tara, and she asked for some, or she didn't even ask for help. I just said, okay, you know, like this is the right thing to do, right? So anyways, I was told by this person, well, they worked for Haligonia.ca, and I didn't know what Haligonia.ca was. I didn't know who Indo Blue 82 was. I'm like, I don't know any of this stuff that you're talking about. And they're like, well, you know, he shows up at crime scenes quite quickly. He always has crime photos and things like this. And I said, oh, okay, well, thanks for telling me. And I just kind of moved along. Early in the process, when I was watching things to do with, and none of this is meant to be slanderous at all upon anybody. I think that what's going to end up happening here, sadly, is it's going to become extremely divisive, and that's not at all what I've ever tried to do. I've tried to keep everybody collaboratively working together with very little infighting. But the fact of the matter is that there's things going on in the background. I think everybody could agree. Not naming names, I'm saying that the RCMP want this story very much to disappear, and they have processes that they do work with. So I'm going to lay out some facts. So when Indo Blue, the first thing that started, when he started filming and things like that, it was extremely helpful for me, because I was like, wow, you know, I'm not there. I can't be there, unfortunately, because I would be down there first thing, doing my own field work, and that's what I'm used to doing. But because of this stuff going on elsewhere, I can't be. So his videos were extremely helpful. Now, one of the first things that came to note was a video that he did where he was driving down Portapique Beach Road. And as he was driving up Portapique Beach Road, I can cue all this stuff up. I just will tell you, and hopefully you can go and find it. If you don't have it, I have the information still saved and backed up. So should be okay unless something crazy happens, which I'm experiencing a lot of difficulties technically, but that's all right. We'll move on from there. Now, video that he drove down Portapique Beach Road. He also went down Orchard Beach Road. Once you get to, as he's coming up Portapique Beach, Portapique, and coming upon Orchard Beach, you can see the pylon and you can see the security guard, and it clips. And next thing you know, he's on Orchard Beach, and now he's just driving down Orchard Beach, and you can hear him shooting his camera, but you never see anything. So I was like, oh, okay. How is it that he gets down Orchard Beach Drive when no buddy can go down there except for families? I don't even know at that point in time if it was families. We can check actually and look at the video. And sorry if I'm long and drawn out. I'm trying to explain it. Only people that can go down Orchard Beach would be families, residents, police, and probably cleanup crew, I'm presuming. So how is it that Indo Blue gets to drive down there? Because you'd have to sign in, you have to sign out. That was the security guard. So that kind of threw up a bit of a red flag. And I remember I asked in the comments section about that. There was no response. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. Maybe, nothing here to see here. Later, there was a video of the Shubenacadie. And Shubenacadie, there was where he's driving south on 2, and he approaches 224, and it clips right when he comes upon 224. Now, this also happened in another person's video by the name of Michael Stewart, who was involved early on in the investigation also. He's driving. As he's approaching 224, it clips and then resumes again, but they're not stopping driving. And I was like, well, why is two separate people's video, clipping as they're approaching 224? So I thought that was kind of strange. What was another alarm bell? There was a few of them. The white truck photo was another one. And I didn't understand how he had access to the white truck photo. Some of you may remember that caused a bit of a problem because I had early access to the white truck photo, but I had been asked to not say anything about it, and so I didn't. And then suddenly it started popping up on the server, and I was like, well, where is this coming from? And I found out it came from Zone 6, which is Indo Blue's website. So I was like, oh, okay, fine. I guess he's got that photo. That's interesting too. Indo Blue, of course, films lots of stuff. Now, if we fast forward to Twitter in the last little while, let's look at the Twitter. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to think here. What's the best way? The tapes. Probably the tapes is the next part. The tapes I started to get pretty concerned about because when the tapes came out, I'm like, well, Pictou and Pictou channel is pretty much this. Pictou County is about the same size as Colchester, fairly close in population, 42,000 versus 50,000. And the tapes on Broadcastify were deleted. The Colchester tapes in the archives were deleted. I think I showed that in the last video or the video before that, that they were deleted past May. So that would have been because CBC obviously blasted out a couple of things that were not important on the tapes. And I would think the RCMP got a little bit concerned about that and deleted the tapes or asked them to be taken down. Moratorium, right? So Pictou tapes, let's fast forward. There seems to be these discovery of the Pictou tapes. Now, I had searched literally hundreds of people's profiles throughout this time on April 18th down there. I've never heard mention word one of Pictou tapes. I'm like, During that night, April 18th. Nobody mentioned them. They mentioned Colchester tapes. Lots of people said I was listening to the scanner because apparently I'm stupid Alberta boy, don't know that lots of people listen to the scanners. The story that was told was that it was extraordinarily popular on Broadcastify. It came up in the most popular feeds, and yet nobody had ever heard of them that I've come across, and I have asked numerous people, and I still am asking. So if anybody does know, I would like to know about that, because I haven't heard anybody who found them. But yet the RCMP nerfed the tapes that really didn't have tons of things, but the entire night in Pictou, they didn't get rid of it. They left that on. Why? So that was kind of leaving a question mark in my head. A person waking up from a dream and remembering it in Ontario, Southern Ontario, when Detroit, and I was just like, this is not adding up to me. There's some references which I've referred to about the tapes in the last video that I had questions about. Moving along. There was a interview that was done on Global with Pete Stevens. Pete Stevens is Indo Blue 82. Let me pull up his profile here. Indo Blue. Oh, let me go to my profile. Sorry, that's a different. What is this nonsense? How's everybody doing tonight? Did I finally get a response from? No, I did not. Okay. I had put in a request to Global. They did not respond to me. All right. Indo Blue 82. Indo Blue 82. Share screen. Share audio. Why don't we do that just in case? I'm going to play a video. Now, Indo Blue 82. If we scroll down here, what is this? Spirit Ace invited me to a party? I don't even know what the hell that is. Something just popped up on my screen. Very interesting. Now, I find this tweet very interesting. Perhaps some of you may have questions. I don't know how many people have ever been interviewed by the media, but I've never had a person interview anybody I know and tweet out a deleted interview from Alexa McLenna, the official Global journalist, tweets Pete the actual interview that was cut. She tweeted it herself. Sorry, if you go to her tweet, this tweet actually exists on her feed. He retweeted it. She tweeted this out herself. An interview that's cut. He retweets it. She responds to herself and links this article. Interesting. This article, which I spoke about, and funnily enough, maybe somebody here may refresh us to some of this stuff. We may see. Now, I went through this story, and the successive order of how it went down was rather freaky, to say the least. I learned about, the person learned of the story. They then, I did a video about it. Sorry, the press release then came out in the RCMP. I did a story about it, pointed out that there seemed to be some problems, i.e. damage to the hood, no striping, etc., etc. The articles in the media then got revised to say, oh, striping was removed and hit a deer. And then I called people and I said, well, listen, this seems very odd that the articles are then getting revised. It's kind of almost like they're listening and altering things as we go. And then the articles further got revised again. I believe there's only one article now that still indicates hitting a deer and striping at CBC. So I found this rather odd. Then we go back further up. Of course, this, which does
you
not
notice when you
have
drive a
any
lot that
kind of
there is a lot of
watermark
decommissioned police
in the
cars.
corner
Maybe the
here.
RCMP are actually getting rid of some of those.
It has no watermark and it has no name, and Pete Stevens is wearing a mask. Like, okay, well, that's interesting. Is this an official tweet? Now, let's see here. If we go to my Twitter, I tweeted global on another Twitter account that I have, because I didn't want to give myself away, because I figured, well, that may cause problems. Let's see here. Where am I? Here we go. I tweet Jesse Thompson or Jesse Thomas. He was the person that apparently did this. And I asked, and I said, did you cut an interview from your article? This was the article that Jesse Thomas wrote about the Nova Scotia thing. This is written by him. So I asked him if he deleted the interview or knew anything about the interview, which of course is right here. No response. Wondering who this person that you interviewed is. I noticed that there is no watermark, and wondering if it was genuine. Fair enough question. Okay. Oh, what is this? Lots of gray, 50 shades. Oh no. Okay. So I had some questions about that. In further looking on Pete Stevens, who has sewn himself fairly heavily duty into this, we have this interesting tweet. Tune in to Global Halifax. Take a look at in-depth Alexa McClenna. Now, this is going to take me a while to explain about Global's association with this whole story, but Global is actually quite a key player in it, in my opinion. It issued decommissioned police cars. Why? Let's go through what all has Global done. Global has, well, he can come in later.
Oh!
You want to come in now? Global has been involved in several different interesting issues. It has been involved with Wilroy. Wilroy is the only person to speak in Global. Wilroy, who, if you Google him and date the Google search, which I, funnily enough, can't seem to do anymore. I wonder if that works now. Let's just see. Wilroy had a... Wilroy. Okay, and if I date the search on tools, Wilroy, Nova Scotia, calls for regulations, May 2nd. Okay, this is Wilroy, of course, coming through Global. Everything comes through Global, for most of it, anyways. Now, if I use tools, this wasn't working for me a while back. Let's see if I custom range. Okay, so he should have a Facebook profile. What is the Facebook group called? Wilroy Facebook. Let's look. Somewhere I probably have this all backed up. Nova Scotia, RCMP. Interesting. Well, let's just leave it that Wilroy, I dated his searches, backdated his searches, and I couldn't find anything to do prior to April 19th, him being listed. Are you going to Tarnished Badge? Is that the museum? Is that the museum? Steve? I hope you're hopping in here too. Steve will be joining us also. The Tarnished Badge site did not come up in searches prior to April 19th, which I found very interesting given the fact that it had been around for a long time. Steve can attest to all this because we were going through it way back then. Tarnished Badge, Facebook. Let's try that. Tarnished badge, Facebook. No, that wasn't the name of the, what's the name of his museum, Steve? Get your ass in here, please. What's the name of his museum? The World Police Museum or something like that? Steve knows all about this because Steve actually talked to him. Anyways, I don't want to get too far off track here. But Wilroy and Global. We have Wilroy, we have Brenda, Bo Forbes, right? And Jane Gerster book deal coming through Global. Okay? Interesting. One person who says police uniforms are everywhere. One person who says abuse is coming from Wortman. And these people both only appear on Global. We also had the introduction of Mercedes Stevenson and a lot of details about handcuffs, etc. And that was coming through Global. Interesting. Okay, it seems like a narrative was coming through Global. If you're following what I'm saying, hopefully. Let's go back to Pete Stevens. Pete Stevens, who has this great video. Let's look at the video here. When is the... Oh, hide. What do we have in the bottom corner here? 11/18/2020. Okay? And there's a car, and wow, you can't really see anything. It just looks like a ghost car to me. I'm not fucking with the quality on it. And I've replayed it, and you can maybe see some detail. Okay, but you can't really see any striping that I can see. Yet, for some reason, he posts out, where is it here? Did he delete those? It's going on and on and on. These police cars are just everywhere. These fake police cars, which really is counterintuitive. Oh, here we go. He's supporting the Wilroy stuff. Here we go. Very easy to get RCMP uniforms. Really? Is it? I don't know. Here's his video again, November 18th. Now he freeze-framed some of the stuff. I have the pictures if he's deleted them, so that's fine. Let's go back further. It appears as though they are gone. That's interesting. So they're coming out at the same time, November 16. Let's look at the date. What happened on November 16? There was a warrant release about police cars. Police cars. Jesus. I've got this all. Fuck. I already have it in my. Should have it up in my Google pages that are open. Let's see here. Pictou County, Antigonish. Let's see here. Because he had the stripes on the car. The problem with the stripes on the car photo was that the stripes on the car wrap all the way around the car. I don't know if anybody ever noticed that. Did anybody see that? Oh, you've got a link here. Oh dear. Hello, oh dear. I hope I'm not, how do I get this to open again? Steve, where are you, dude? My brain is always kind of a mess. Let me see here. Right, now he had, oh yes, okay, here we go. Thank you, oh dear. So it's further on in this link here. Okay, so here we have the stripes if those of you who can see it. But look at the stripes. We all have been through the stripes a lot, right? Funnily enough, I got very tired of the amount of stripes, the number of stripes. Look at how the stripes wrap around the full car. We all know, anybody who's looked at this knows that the stripes do not extend past the back of the bumper and go all the way to the wheel well. That's a bunch of junk. And it certainly doesn't match up to his video. This freeze frame, really? That looks to be like it's enhanced. But there was a convenient date, November 18th. So if we do November 16th, November 16, 2020, Nova Scotia, police car. Was it 16th? What is, I think it, oh shit. Actually, let's put it, I might have the date out. Tools, Nova Scotia police car. We'll put in tools, anytime, custom range, January, November. Let's try November 13 to November 21. Let's try that. Work for cruiser. Where we go? November 16. Work for cruiser used in Nova Scotia mass shooting began 9 months before Rampage. Court documents say. That's because the warrant was dumped. The warrant was dumped November 16. What time was that this video was? November 18. Convenient timing? Possibly. I'm being facetious. Let's see if we find a Pete Stevens from before. Has he ever appeared before? You think he's appeared before? I'll tell you he has. 2016. Let's put hard drives. Nova Scotia. Wow, they're getting real picky here. Halifax man says he found a hard drive about a year ago. January 10th, 2016. Let's see if we can find the global one. I like the global one. Here we go. It ran earlier. Funny that. January 8th. Updated. Ooh, never a good thing when it's updated. Now, I don't know if there's audio coming through. Hopefully not. Are you guys getting this terrible ad playing?
Negative. Good. I don't want to have ads. Whatever this is, don't buy it. It's just crap. They're advertising their garbage on their garbage network, propaganda, crap pushing, smurfing. Okay, now let's do a pause. Does that guy look familiar? I know that face.
Does that look familiar? Let's listen to what he has to say. A year ago, he bought this hard drive.
It seemed to me like some of the documents contained information on personnel that I probably and nobody should be able to access unless they have the proper clearance.
A hard drive containing information believed to belong to the Canadian military is sitting right here. Pete Stevens found the hard drive at a recycling depot nearly a year ago. When he finally went to use it, he was surprised by what he found.
I ran a recovery software on the hard drive, And
okay, and whilst you're watching
found
this, you have to
Surprised by what he
dissect
found.
it.
Stevens
Okay?
found the hard drive at a
First off, the information he has, Global is showing, the military isn't taking. They aren't saying don't allow this information to come public. No, funnily enough, they say, please tell everybody about it. And please keep these confidential documents and show them on the media.
recycling depot nearly a year ago.
A
When he
year
finally
ago.
went to use it, he was surprised by what he found.
I ran a recovery software on the hard drive, and it basically found some files that probably should have been deleted from the previous owner.
Stevens says
there's the nice documents. Oh, he got to print them all off and keep them and show everybody.
Hey, Seamus, can I interject here?
Yes.
Okay, so you know a little bit about me in the recycling or the scrap industry. So you would know that you'd be pretty friggin' hard pressed to find an intact hard drive that was functional and that you could I don't know, just plug into your USB ports or whatever 2.0 fucking ports, and it would just work for you, and power would go to it. There wouldn't be any water damage. Just it'd just be mint. So it's
no problem.
Interesting. So
cop cars are flying around everywhere. Hard drives with confidential data is everywhere.
So I'll stop there and you continue. Sorry.
Okay. No. Good point. Good point. Okay, so
the hard drive contains hundreds, if not thousands, of pages of information, including encrypted emails, training manuals, and blueprints.
I think the biggest thing I was concerned.
Blueprints is the really key word there. Encrypted blueprints. So he buys a hard drive a year before. He just has it sitting around. Then he decides he's going to take it out of the garage. Then he decides, well, I'm going to decrypt it. And by the way, I just found all these secret military documents. Because that just happens all the time, every day, doesn't it?
Manuals and blueprints.
I think the biggest thing I was concerned with was actual lists with names on them, and even some security clearance applications that specified who a person was and who their relatives were and friends, and a lot of information.
Oh yes, that's a bunch of mumbo jumbo. They wanted to sow something
clearance,
there.
but there's also a lot of information if it goes missing for someone to have.
Most of the personal information appears to be from 1999 to 2006 and deals with HMCS Halifax. Privacy lawyer David Frazier says it doesn't matter how old the information is, it's not supposed to be in the wrong hands.
When you have sensitive information, there's a legal obligation to protect it, and that protection is from cradle to grave. It's from the time the information is collected in the first place and making sure that it's destroyed appropriately.
The military was not aware of the hard drive until notified by Global News and have...
Sorry, who notified them? Global News.
That hard drive looks totally mint.
Global News notified them of Pete Stevens' hard drive with the secret data on it. Why would he have a secret data hard drive just sitting around? I got them in my garage.
Have not yet had a chance to examine it. They say they aren't sure if this was an active hard drive or one that had previously been disposed of. Late this afternoon, the Department of National Defense contacted Stevens and picked up the hard drive to begin their investigation. Natasha Pace, Global News, Halifax.
Now, the question would be, why would this article be coming out? Let's see if there is something to do with military leak. Military leak, January 2016, Nova Scotia. Sorry. Oh, this is too bad. Canadian. That's all right. That's not working. January. Let's do 01 2016 to 02 2016. I have it open on a different page, but here we go. Isn't this interesting? Oh, security breach. January 5th, 2016. What was that? January 8th. He's finding a hard drive. How about warrants come out? Suddenly he's seeing a cop car flying down. Are you following? Cleanup man? You understanding? Cleanup man? Pete Stevens is a cleanup man. His associations go way deeper, but it's something I think that needs to be addressed. He doesn't necessarily possibly work for the right place. He said on his Twitter feed that he quit the Discord, right? Was that what he said? He quit the Discord? How long was it that he said he quit the Discord?
I believe a month ago.
A month ago.
I believe.
But the problem is that he... Oh, here we go. Sorry, Steve is here now.
Hi, Steve.
I
figured out my tech issues.
My apologies, bro.
I like your hat, but Seamus doesn't like her hats.
Nah. No, I like Dukes.
Me too.
So, you've got a laptop? Well, don't you know you've got military secrets on it, of course. Classified schematics, because that's what was found. The diagrams of ships, like Pete Stevens found, 3 days later after he had it sitting around for a year. Anyway, so he leaves the Discord server, according to him, a month ago, but the problem was that wasn't quite so. When did he leave?
I don't know. Wasn't it a few days ago? Like, Julie would be the best judge on that.
Julie is a separate issue.
Okay.
Let's actually go to his...
I thought it was like a week, but I think it was longer than that.
It was within the last week. I can't remember. I know somebody in here does know specifically because they actually sent me. I think it was about 5 days ago. And when he left, he deleted all of his messages.
And that's not the only platform they delete messages off.
So I made Julie aware of the... I hope I'm not doxing anything by doing that. We'll do it this way first. I don't want to dox anybody. I made Julie aware of what my concern was back last Wednesday. Where's that? Oh, wait a second. No, 2 days ago. Sorry, I made her aware. The stripes on the car.
Hey, you too.
And she kindly put them through freeze framed and converted it. And of course, you can't see any stripes, unlike the picture that he has of major stripes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't appear in these pictures. And she did them.
Yeah. Well,
kind of a little bit there, but it appears as though the photo may have been enhanced. And most certainly we know that the stripes end where? Here. At the very back of the car. They do not extend further into the wheel cover.
Yeah, Wortmans didn't go that far into the quarter panel. And those extra stripes.
And it's right after, the video is done right after the warrant release, talking about how easy these cars are to put together. How
It's
convenient.
odd.
Now, this brings in more elements, and I really don't know if I should touch this one at all. Steve knows for sure what I'm talking about. I don't, because now this could get very, very divisive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, actually, let's, before we move on to anything.
Well, I mean, before you say anything, just state your intentions, right? Like,
yeah, nothing in this is meant to be divisive at all.
No.
All of us are just out for the truth. That's it. And maybe there is perfectly reasonable explanations. However, Pete Stevens then went on to further tweet about when he was left the Discord, to which he didn't tell the truth about when he left, number one. Number two, he said that it was because of a bunch of conspiracy stuff. And okay, fair enough. There's people who have different theories in the Discord, and that's fair. That's totally fair. Some of them are true, some of them are not, some of them are conspiracy, but everything's on the table, and that's the way it should be. But he said that he left a month, when in fact he left a few days before. He deleted all his information, and then he celebrated being in Julie's server. Now, I'm not trying to divide anything between Julie's server, because that would be disastrous. Let's see here. He then, he's pushing uniforms. Wilroy. Thanks, Wilroy. Wilroy and he must be friends, I think. You've had interactions with Wilroy, haven't you, Steve?
Yeah, I've met him.
What was your impression of him?
How did you meet him?
I just reached out to him. We live in very same area. So like we live, probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes apart from each other or something. So I just said, hey, let's meet up. He's an older gentleman. I don't think he's very well off. He lives a simple life, has money invested in a project that he, I think, wants to recoup any he can.
How could he recoup it if he's writing Brenda Lucky and saying outlaw it? And
it's catch-22. Can't have it, but I got money in it, so can anybody want to buy this? But honestly, I think he's harmless, but in the way it affects the story, is he harmless?
No.
Let's go back to Pete and the Discord. So they all think now I'm in some kind of conspiracy to cover things up. Well, I believe he was only asked a question by somebody in reference to the title of a video, which was a video he had posted that said Nova Scotia gunman was a highly trained killer, to which there was nothing in the video that indicated anything to do with highly trained killer. And somebody asked him in the Discord, what's that all about? And he didn't answer, and then he left and deleted everything. So, okay. So then he goes on and he said, I used some photos that were previously posted in that group in a video, which I'm not sure if I should touch on at this point in time. But anyway, the reason I left the Discord is because there's a bunch of grown-ups acting like children.
Yeah, no.
I don't know about that. I found a new server. Shout out to Julie.
Yeah, well, okay, so I got an interject here. So I guess I'm going to be the fall guy that allowed Indo Blue into the main channel. I met Indo Blue when I looked at his stories on Instagram, and you know, they're pretty convincing, and they follow the timeline. They follow the actual geographic locations that Wortman traveled and what he did. Now, maybe I gave him, I wouldn't say my peace of mind, but my thoughts on where Wortman would have went post DeBert. So post DeBert, how he would have crossed the overpass without encountering Ert and the RCMP that had that on lockdown. And that would have been through Belmont Road, and then he would have proceeded to Highway 2, and then he would have had east Highway 2 and past the fire hall in Onslow, which is where Sharon's interview would have come into play. Now, I told him that, and I was sitting at Ford one day getting my oil change, and I was looking at Instagram and be like, yeah, hey, you know, like there's a Discord and it's opened, and maybe you should join. And that's my being naive, I guess, being a naive citizen and thinking that this guy was good for the cause, but it turned out to be otherwise. And anyway, so fast forward to last night, which is, what's the date now? It's January
24th.
24th. So last night, January 23rd, it would have been. He posted a video about the Zal's property. Now, I'll say it if you don't want to say it, but the Zal's property. In that video in itself is that he had his own footage. And I mean, you know, like, call it as you will, the guy spent his time, he spent his money and effort and labor. I don't know who's paying for it, but the thing is, he's actually out there doing some, I guess, if you're Paul Plango or whomever, you're doing your grassroots research. You're out, you know, you're just out there doing it and you're contributing. And I think that's in the heart of the Discord. Yes, that photo right there. Everyone needs to, and look at the lower left-hand corner, take a look at that name and take a look at that date, because that photo was inserted in the Zal's property. Now, as someone who's traveled the Portapique Beach River, like the river by boat at high tide, fucking damn well knows there's no goddamn island or mountain out there. Yes, the sun sets in the west, but it is no Caribbean holiday. Now, that was inserted in a video about the burnt down Zal's residence. Inappropriately so. When called out about it, you got silence. You got essentially silence. And then the walls all start coming tumbling down. So it's not a joke. And I know I look at it.
I'm sorry. I'm actually laughing at the chat right now because there's a William Roy in the chat. So,
anyways, digressing. But the point is, this fucking guy, and like, listen, I tried to work with him.
Which date was that video? Sorry.
I
had the freeze frame. I have the picture, but I
don't even know if he took it down. Like, I think he might have taken that video down as a thing.
I think I downloaded it though. I download most of his stuff, so
the
I
point
he's trying to be sneaky.
The point is, it wasn't just me, because another member of the Discord pointed it out to me, and Mr. Capital G Ricky, surname Ricky, pointed out, and I couldn't happen to agree with him. I looked at the video, I paused it, and I was like, wow, if you know, maybe if I was more astute like you, Ricky, I would have caught on my own, but I failed to catch it. But you pointed it out, and it's accurate. Now I'm questioning the guy, and now he's dark. So we got a problem here. Who is Lisa Wortman? Why is a picture of the Caribbean inserted into the Zal's burnt out residence? It's a fabrication. I'm sure I was a son of the Zal. I'd be very irritated. Oh yes, look, the video's gone. The video's
Okay,
gone.
so here we go. I'll just show you. Indo Blue.
287, 293, Portapic Beach Road, in depth. Really. So you travel from Portapic to the Caribbean all of a sudden.
Okay, confirm. Sorry, I have to do it this way. Confirm. Oh.
$404. That's the best number.
This video has been removed by the. Why would you remove it?
I don't know. Someone was talking their pants down, as far as
because somebody asked a question.
Yeah.
Or maybe his boss told him
as
to.
a result of Ricky just asking a question in respect to.
I asked him personally, and politely so. But apparently, the skin is too thin to actually take a question and answer it. Whether it was intentional or unintentional, I'm pretty sure we can come to our own conclusions on that, because I don't know. It's pretty goddamn clear as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, so Will Roy is here. Interesting. Why? So Will Roy, why did you want to have uniforms? Well, I don't want to engage in that one. I'd be interested in interviewing him. I really would.
Well, I'm sure he would probably do it if he could figure out the tech stuff. I don't know how tech savvy he is. He's pretty good on Facebook, so he should be able to figure that out.
Oh, you could go and help him out.
Sure.
We could do it all in person.
We could.
That'd be good. Now, so that video is removed. Why would you remove a video?
Well, his boss probably told him he has to take it down.
Okay. Sad. Did you have some conversations with him on Instagram?
Yes. Probably reaching back to mid-December. As you know, and being 100% transparent, a lot of those conversations were manipulated, and ironically, it seems to be manipulated on my side of the conversation, the information feeding side, if you will. I didn't do it. Let's be frank, and you got it all, brother. Like, you see it, and yeah, there you go, right there. That's not a fucking lie. Post unavailable. How, and on the right side of the screen, how do what I contribute for evidence that he used, and listen, I have no problem. Fair use, 100% fair use. I take pictures, I share pictures. It's a public domain. I'm not looking for credentials. I'm not looking for dollars in the bank. I am just trying to give information and share. And I hope other people can use it in the right direction. But this guy, somehow, I don't know what he did, but like, I gave him evidence, I gave him contributions, photos, I gave him links to the Discord, gave him the link to Julie's Discord, which I highly regret. And now it's it's sanitized, it's gone, it's scrubbed. It's sort of like 200 Portapic Beach Road. Like, it's a weird thing. Like, one day it's there and the next day it's not. So
why is he deleting all his information? Now, he moved over to Julie's, rah, on Julie's server. Now, again, I'm not trying to be divisive. Over in Julie's server, and he's, what is it? Shout out to Julie. Everything's great. Found a new server. Shout out to Julie. That catalog index.
Okay, ask that guy, ask that motherfucker who gave him the link to Julie. Ask him.
Sorry?
And ask him who told him about Julie's server. Ask him and see where he comes up. And I know if he's a liar.
I'm not sure, Will Roy, why you didn't contact me. My contact information's also been there the whole time. I love my spelling of my name too. Somebody called me Shat. I don't. Somebody.
Don't
Anyway,
make
no,
fun
I'm
of
just
that. That's
teasing.
how
I'm
you're
teasing
spelled in my
Buddy
phone.
because everybody calls me all kinds of different things. Now he's on Julie's server, so Julie apparently asked him a question, right?
He doesn't like questions.
Julie just asked him a question. Where's that? Okay, so here we go with that. I removed Indo Blue 82. He did not message me back and just deleted all his stuff. So I guess you'll have his reply. That seems very anti what he's saying here. Shout out to Julie.
Yeah.
Julie's awesome.
Yep, she is.
So, and Julie, of course, is awesome. But why would you celebrate Julie and then suddenly delete all your stuff because she asked you a question?
He's a harvester. He's harvesting information. It's clear.
Not only is he harvesting information, dude, he's dispelling, and he's been doing it since 2016. He's a government agent.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is.
Looks like it.
Yep. You know, I'm going to go out on a limb.
Level we don't know.
Sorry?
Just which level of government we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He certainly has access to a lot of tech. He's certainly dispelling stuff to do with military secrets, RCMP cards. Seems like government-related agencies. He's in there to save the day. I found this hard drive in my garage that I had for a year, and don't you know it has secret military info on it?
Yeah, resurrect the hard drives from the watery grave.
You know, I don't know. And it's not that I'm trying to shit all over people, because that's not what it's about. What it is about is the truth. But that ventures into the whole other issue, because Indo has got himself tied into other things now too, I think, as we all know. And oh boy, what do you do? What do you do?
The door is open for him too. If he wants to come on and address these things himself, and love to hear it.
Well, one thing that I would like to know is how does CTV, who was it? Was it Global or CTV that had the interview about the white cars, and then now the white Ford Tauruses can't be sold to the public, and then Indigo Blue has this little interview on the side, but it doesn't get broadcast by the mainstream media, but
they tweet them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do they tweet them? Do they? That's a question. I don't know.
They did tweet him. I just showed it.
Oh, interesting.
Alexa McLean tweeted on her own tweet, not tweeted him, but tweeted on her own tweet line a deleted interview, which had no watermark, had nothing on it. When I asked about it in the Twitter feed, as I showed before, when I asked Global about it, they didn't reply to me about it.
Yeah, well, it's ironic that it looks like it's basically filmed inside a urinal of a fucking public park, but whatever.
Seems like Global's doing a lot of fucking gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And guiding. Equally, let's put in another one. The story of Lori George.
First trip or second trip?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
They interviewed Lori George on the 19th on Skype. It apparently aired. Lori George, Global, April 19? Let's see here. Here we go. Global News. 17 dead, including one RCMP officer after shooting spree in Portapique, April 19th. Oh, look who's doing it. Mercedes. Isn't that funny? Mercedes. Now let's find George. Find GEO. Lisa and Lori George, both residents of Portapique, told Global News, and there is screenshots of a Skype interview, that at approximately 11 p.m. they saw flames nearby, eventually seeing 3 separate fires in the area. The couple said that the large group of police arrived quickly in response, followed by gunshots before RCMP told them to go home. That's it. That's it. But if we go to lately, what is it? Here we go. November 11th. Find. RCMP theory has changed now. Let's find George here. Lori George said he saw fires burning in his backyard. From his backyard, went to investigate. Driving past the intersection of Highway 2 and Portapique Beach Road, he saw RCMP vehicles, but he said he was not stopped by police initially. George took photos of the fire burning from what appears to be the gunman's cottage based on the location and proximity of the water. The photos are time-stamped at 10:40, roughly 14 minutes after the first police arrived on the scene. George then drove back to his home about 5 minutes away and picked up his wife, he said. He then tried to return to the scene of the fires, but this time the police turned him away near Portapique Beach Road. How is that not coming out in this interview?
Very good question.
Yet they have photos and everything here this time around.
Yeah.
Seems like a bit of fucking gatekeeping.
Yeah. So some good questions are being posed in the chat over there, but Pete Stevens and it says, I'll ask Indo if he's a government agent. He has to tell the truth. And then
no, he doesn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why would you have to tell the truth?
Yeah, exactly.
He's not telling the truth.
Yeah, you highlight it.
We covered this like way back.
Yep.
That they can lie if an investigation is involved. Period.
Yep.
That's RCMP. You don't think the Army, you don't think CSIS, you don't think any of those other agencies can do the same things?
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that I'm really, like, I was a bit miffed, to be honest with you, the other night, because people weren't seeing what was going on. And I've been trying to just leave a few breadcrumbs here and there, because you can't tell people, listen, this is the way it is. First of all, I don't know anything for certain, but I definitely know what I see, and I'll lay a few details out so that people can see it for themselves. If they want to see it for themselves, then they will. And I was like, people aren't seeing it. They're just not seeing it. And I was so upset. And then today rolls around and I'm like, holy fuck, this is a totally different scene that I've come into. People, I'm so impressed with the things that people, the questions, legitimate questions that people in the Discord, which is not conspiracy theory, Pete Stevens, it is legitimate questions which you run from.
Mm-hmm.
And people put the pieces together for themselves. It's fucking amazing, is what it is.
It's funny that an ambulance chaser runs from the truth. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he is.
Now, this obviously brings in Steve, what do I do?
That's a good question. I could bring something up, I guess. If we want to change topic, switch gears or something.
You know where I'm going. Both of you know where I'm going. And some of you in the chat know where
Let's
I'm
just
going.
say I'll say something then.
Okay.
So there's things that will be coming up that are providing people with, I don't know, a bigger audience or a bigger window. And some people might profiteer off of those things, or just make profit, period, off of those things. And that is not something that I myself or Seamus, I would say, has any interest in doing, which is profiteering off of any of this.
Mm-hmm.
So anyone that will be partaking in something like that, if it's not all of the funds going to the family, our hands are off.
See you later.
Yeah. I won't touch that part of it. I was more going in the direction of history, of background. I don't know if I should weigh in. We should talk about that at this point in time.
Yeah, maybe not
yet. Sorry?
Maybe not yet.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we can, but yeah.
Tara's video, by the way, I'll leave that for now. But Tara's video, funnily enough, I found out some more information. So there were 3 videos on Facebook. One of them got deleted. The other one was 2 parts. She's in the McDonald's and then it cuts and then it's in the McDonald's again. And I asked her about it. She didn't realize that there were 2 separate videos. She thought it was all one. They clipped it where he's telling them to kick her out. Now, I don't want to weigh in on the stuff, but what I am saying is they're trying to frame her up in a different way. No, it's not about the book. No, it's not about the book. I think people's backgrounds should be checked a little bit more thoroughly. Maybe that's the best way to say that. Is that the best way to say that?
No, yeah. I think everybody who is maybe in the limelight, it's worth looking at. I mean, for sure, you guys should look into my background, right? You're not going to find anything because there's nothing to find. I'm a stay-at-home dad for the last few years, so unless you like looking up about organic food and crappy diapers, then that's about all you'll find on me.
Well, I mean, we all have views and opinions and things like that, and that's true, and that's all out there. It's just maybe there's more to things than just Indo Blue. Let's leave it there. Is that fair?
Mm-hmm.
And because I think that that way people can look and find for themselves, but I'll just leave the breadcrumb that there is lots more there. Things have already been archived that are in reference to that, so hopefully we don't have a problem on that end. But it's not, it might not just be in Indo Blue's corner. Is that fair?
Yep.
Don't buy everything at face value.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to think that there would only be one person involved with sidetracking anything. Because
PsyOps.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are all big PsyOps that they're running.
Why does someone ask me about my webcam? No one wants to see my ugly face.
Who do we I like your toque though, by the way.
Thanks.
Who do we trust? See, this is where it becomes extraordinarily divisive, and that's what they enjoy. So I think I would follow your instincts as to who to trust. And that generally, look at people's motives. Motives are very important.
Yeah.
Why do people do the things that they do? What are they saying? Are they saying it has to be a certain way, or that 100% they know something? Are they doing it for some ulterior motives? Or are they maybe just doing it from, I don't know, whatever. I'm not going to say the next part because that's just vile, self-serving nonsense. I won't speak.
Some people are just pissed off.
Everybody in the Discord, right? That's probably a good way to say it. Everybody in the Discord works extraordinarily hard By and large, I think there's a few people in there, sadly, that would be fair to say, that are maybe not quite playing on the right team, but everybody can sort them out and see them for themselves. You've got Julie, who's got an amazing server going and does tons of hard work. Of course, everybody else in the big server does. And to walk away from that is fine, is very interesting if you want to be collaborative. If you want to be collaborative, perhaps collaborate, and maybe that's not just directed towards Indo.
Yeah.
We can't divide. We can't start pointing fingers. We have to just be careful and walk softly and remember that we're what is the end goal? And that's justice for the families for 23. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have a price. It has a price to pay, as in time, effort, emotion, monetary in some cases, right? Some of us, well, no, I won't say that, but I know there is a monetary cost to some of it, right? And obviously anybody who's taking time off, sad mafioso, good case point. Here we go. See, I like to use other people. Sad mafioso takes his time off and goes and takes pictures. He burns gas. He drives all over the place. So does Indo Blue, which is good and great. But, sad mafioso is not doing anything with that other than just sharing it with everybody in the group. That's kind of a selfless it's not self-seeking.
Yeah.
It's a shotgun method is what it is. I hope you guys have better ideas and better eyes than I do. I'm just a vehicle. I'm your vehicle, and I hope that you can point in the right direction. That's the point.
I don't want to drive your vehicle. It's a Ford.
I'm insulted.
Huh?
What does Steve drive? What do you drive, Steve? A Chev?
Chev, yeah.
Get out of here.
He's a shit ass.
Yeah.
I had to actually walk near his truck. I'm like, oh no.
It didn't spit at you.
Sorry? I
said it didn't spit at you.
Well, I mean, whatever vehicle I was driving that day. No, terrible. That's a what?
It just rusted in front of you.
Yeah, well, not yet. My old one did.
No, it's pretty. He's got a pretty stanky truck.
Nice.
Where are you getting your cash from, sir?
People dying and passing it on.
Are you a secret agent? Secret agent, man.
Yeah. I think I would probably live a little differently than this. Although I am going to probably move soon, so there's that.
I could leave a clue, and that may help people. Do you think that's a helpful thing to do? A breadcrumb, another breadcrumb?
Sure.
Swiss Air 111.
Oh, boy.
Anyway, I don't know if anybody else wants to. How about this? What we can do. How did we do that before? Steve, you had that figured out about how to have people from the Discord if they wanted to join in?
Oh.
They want to go down to the voice channel. Is that right? In the Discord?
Yeah, the voice channel. And then when they join in there, then you can add them on.
It's right here in the voice channels. If anybody wants to weigh in anything at this point in time that's on the Discord, more than happy to hear your opinions on things, and you can you can tell me that I'm a fucking idiot or whatever.
Well, no one's perfect, man.
You can say
no one's fucking perfect.
Chevy trucks are the best.
Hey, like I say, no one's perfect.
Toques are good. Long blonde hair is bad. I don't know.
Ooh, I would disagree there.
I like Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, see, that was my idol too.
Kurt Cobain.
Oh yeah, I love the guy, man. He was
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah. 410 shotgun.
Yes.
First gun I ever had.
Yeah. It's quite the reach on that guy.
Yeah.
Is your pension worth more than the truth? That's right. Yeah, I would agree. And I think any lawsuits in the future, which frankly, I hope more will come out, because frankly, down in Enfield, there should be maybe some thrown their way, and there should be some thrown their way from their own members. But I think that the named defendants should include, and perhaps even the family lawsuit should be updated to include the RCMP pension plan, because then therefore we may get some truth. Nobody wants to join the conversation here. Zoom backup down here, or sorry, Zoom voice channel in general. Anybody want to join?
Kage is in the chat. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go use the bathroom.
Oh, do you want to join Kage?
He seems like a nice guy. He said, I'll come in.
Who said he'll come in?
Rage in a Cage.
Email the link. Okay, yeah. All right.
Oh, I'm being coaxed to show my face. Make sure I'm unemployable.
Well, yeah, you know, listen, there does have to be people. It is about respecting, but you see, the thing is also, we have a face, right? And
look at Miss Fox calling me bro, bud, etc. No, whatever.
Right? Let's see here. All right, I'm emailing you, dude. The link.
Okay. Look. I'll show my face. Here, get ready, Seamus. You ready?
Oh, wait.
Ready? I'm ready. I'm ready if you're ready, bud.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. 100% honest. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready? Okay. Hey.
Oh, you're just a funny guy, man. You're
Look, on this shoulder. Look at that little cat man over there.
You have green paint.
Yeah, of course. It's like a green screen, you know? It's like a green screen. I got holes.
Where did you get that thing? I think that looks satanic, man.
No, it's from Venice, Italy. That's when it was in Venice, bud.
Oh no. Oh no. We're gonna have ADD moments. ADD moments coming.
Here,
to a screen near you.
I gotta put the tube over it. Yeah, this is what I look like, you know, on a daily basis.
You guys don't get to partake, sadly, in all the phone calls that I get, which is, some of them. Oh my lord.
Yeah, Seamus doesn't like me too much.
Well, you go ADD on me, dude.
You know, you gotta live life. Hey, Rage.
Howdy.
It's really hard to drink under this.
I was hoping that some people from the Discord might weigh in, but how are you doing?
Hey, good, brother. How you?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah.
we're just uncovering. I know that I've shared some of this stuff with you for sure. I've shared more with you. Like, you guys know more than what I'm saying right now, but I think people have got to find their own way there, and that's the only way to do things, right? You can just lead people a little bit to say, here's something I've uncovered, and perhaps you can do with it what you want. If it turns out to be garbage, then it's garbage, and I'll learn. But
yeah,
what have you
I did
been?
a little catching up. I did a little catching up on your stream tonight before I came on. The whole thing about that server, that hard drive, and all that. First of all, how many things are they trying to use that for? And second of all, how did that get away from the military? Because a piece of kit like that is going to have a tracker on it, even if it's used in the base somewhere. They can find it. It doesn't just get away. It doesn't just show up at some, garbage dump or yard sale without them, knowing what the hell's going on.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. I'm listening to what you're saying, but I actually momentarily did lose you because a sad mafioso wearing the mask, petting the pussy, and drinking bourbon whilst wearing the mask. Anyway, sorry. Please repeat. So you were catching up on
I was saying. I mean, yes, and a very important piece of kit like that, the military would know exactly where it is at all times. It doesn't just get away. Even that document that showed up on there with the boat and everything else. I mean, that could be below secret, even whatever. But it's just too many. Again, whoever is trying on their end to cover this up is really bad at their job, and it's just sickening to see the constant crap they keep trying to throw out, and the stories, and they're trying to entertain the people to get them to think away from this, or it pisses me off.
It is really upsetting because, I mean, who's suffering this whole time is the families.
Yes.
And frankly, I do hope, because there is something that I think pretty good Steve and I did last week, and I wanted to get that out much earlier, but all this stuff popped up, so I hope the person that's involved with that, which we will air, I don't know, we could air it tonight.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Do you want to?
A live premiere? That would be kind of cool.
I wanted to get that out much earlier. Thank you very much. Steve did the editing and handled that for me because I just was busy doing stuff. But
boom.
What?
Yeah, you see, you got to figure it out. It's opposite.
Got to go the opposite.
You do the opposite?
Yeah, you do opposite.
Yeah. Boom. It's easier.
What are you doing? Hey, that's just foul.
Yeah.
No, come on. This is
somebody
G-rated.
take a screen capture of that.
G-rated.
I don't know which notes to scratch.
We're gonna we'll get called down. Gotta keep it.
Join at the end of that mask.
Oh,
that would be fucking perfect mask. Oh, that's great shit.
Seamus isn't impressed. I'm sorry.
No, not impressed, man. Not impressed.
Is that better?
I try and keep it above board. I'm very serious. Just ask Steve. He's like sitting there, he's joking with me when we met up in Red Deer. And I'm like, no, man.
No hands.
You see what Miss Fox said in the chat?
Smoking, drinking.
And now we're froze up. Yeah.
That's funny shit.
Nobody's joining the voice chat. Nobody has any opinion. You guys have it's your Discord, guys.
Yeah.
And nobody wants to say anything? I think some of yous is in there. It's not like you have to have a face because you don't have a face on there.
Yeah, just your voice. Just a pair of headphones. Miss Fox, come on. Jump in there.
Yeah. We're all serious.
No, nobody wants to say anything. Did you have any other words of wisdom, Kage?
Well, I mean, we can go, we can beat on the cars all over and over and over again, but I mean, that car they showed again, I mean, who knows where that's from, if it's related or not, what they're trying to get out of, again, they just, keep throwing things at this to make the people, the CNN and CBC watchers, to make them believe that there's something going on and the investigation matters to them. And, it's crumbs, it's crap. They're not actually doing anything to get to justice because they don't want it to. We know that. I think it's safe to say. And, yeah, honestly, I don't have anything information wise other than, the tidbit on that piece of kit, the military kit, that to add to it. I just, we've been at this a long time.
It's almost a year.
Well, it's been 9 months.
9 months, yeah.
9 months, 3/4 of a year, and the CBC and everyone else just wants to, I don't know, sanitize it or chalk it up like it's, I don't know, how do you say, I don't know, oh, it's just an RCMP cruiser that stopped by the Onslow fire hall and shot up 32 rounds. Everyone, the 2 guys unloaded a clip each, and then just carried on their Hyundai Cruiser and just kept moving. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then what about the CERT report in Enfield? Oh, he's still driving a Chevy Tracker, even though Joey Weber drove a Ford Escape. What about that? The layman, the average person, actually believes that's what Buddy drove. Like,
Okay. Here's let's throw out a few breadcrumbs. I think that's good. And then it's just better that way. What is the lead? Who is the head of CERT Nova Scotia?
You tell us.
Felix Cashillon.
Yeah.
What is maybe Felix Cashillon has come up somewhere else. These people all have histories.
Mm-hmm. Some of them not so great histories.
I don't understand your question, Rage. It's not even a question. It doesn't even have a question mark behind it. It's
I know.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I have a will. Yeah, I have a will.
Okay.
I have to be concerned.
He's in the chat. I've met him.
Was the car Indo film the same one busted in Antigonish? I think
no.
I
No,
find that
probably
also. I just not to be super conspiracy here, but I find it interesting that if we have a look at that photo, oh balls, that he's got. Okay, we have the picture of the car, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so everybody's familiar with that. And then we go down and we look at the picture that was released by the RCMP in their press statement. Well, they seem to be almost like it's the same type of angle.
Yes. Always from the back passenger side quarter panel. Always from the rear end of the passenger side.
3 times in the last year. Violent men. Wasn't the press release? Where is the press release actually? Because it's just erratic driving that they reported.
But no, he I think that he pulled over some people. That was also. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know.
That person didn't really check out yet. I'm still there is a link to a Facebook page, but that person I've been asking around a lot about them, and I haven't found anything to be Yes, of course. And I mean, hell, he's pulling people over with damaged hoods and no stripes. And I mean, what a bunch of bullshit. Come on. Can we really get our head out of our ass?
Well, you can see his claw prints on the rear end of that bumper, right?
Yeah.
Where the stripes would be.
That must be where he's scraping.
Yeah, looking for the stripes. Oh, are they there? Are they not?
We're gonna have to call in the Photoshop guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he was
Yeah.
a Supreme Court judge.
Can't
Okay.
get away with that.
Did he ever do any famous cases? Did he ever do any famous cases, Alley Cat, in Nova Scotia? I think he did. And funnily enough, I leave the breadcrumbs too to let the RCMP know that I know, so they can go fuck themselves. Because, the information I have,
sure,
it's just going to come out anyway. But I don't know. Waterfront Media also is his organization.
Yeah.
Indo has a lot of organizations. Zone 6, Media, Waterfront, Indo. He's fairly prolific, and he's finding hard drives with. What did you think of the? Here, Rage would know lots about this stuff. What do you think about the hard drive? The discovery of hard drives in 2016 by Pete Stevens, Indo Blue. Did you catch that part?
Yeah, I did. That's what I'm talking about. That if that's a military hard drive, okay, in 2016, you're not going to find something like that. Okay, did somebody steal it from a military base and somehow get it past everything you have to get it past to get it out? Unless
did somebody work for the military?
Right? I mean, and then it gets
and they're running a PSYOP for the military.
Well, okay. Here's like I said, how many uses are they getting out of this thing? Getting out, okay? They're trying to use it for this. I don't know, whatever. Again, you're not going to get a piece of kit like that out of an office in the military without them knowing about it and without them being able to track it. To be able to take it apart.
There was a wolf. There might have been a wolf. That's how it got out. The wolves got it out.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the wolves.
Yeah, they took it out, and then they said, "Hey, Global, we need you to tell people there's wolves out there. They're fucking stealing shit."
It would be curious to know how much the wolves were pushed in Global.
You know what the problem with the wolf is? Who's stealing all this shit from the army? Is that he didn't have a home to live because there's 3 little piggies that are just not letting him fucking come and live. So it's always the piggy's fault.
Damn brick house. Like I was saying, I mean, what you showed on there, what they showed in their article, looked like it was a picture of a ship and some kind of a dossier report or something like that. Again, even if that was unclassified. Yeah, the wolf thing. Yeah.
Crying wolf. How?
Psychological training exercise.
Yes.
A lot of PSYOPs running here all the time. This is pretty scary.
Welcome to Canada.
They want you to drop your drawers. Oh, mask.
That only happened once. When
was the wolf thing? When did you guys? Huh? Sorry.
Wasn't that like August or something?
Yeah. They produce like the what the fuck do you call them? The recruits or whatever, the low-ranking individuals. Put an article that wolves going astray. Yeah, what
Yeah.
a bunch of bullshit.
I think they did it in August, and then the articles started coming out after that.
Yeah, Rage is right. Yeah, that's right.
August?
Yeah.
August or September, something like that. Yeah.
Wonder. So, who do you think was the first person to run an article about it? Was it Global?
I'm putting my money on Global.
I'm putting my money on Global.
Yeah.
It's not to say that all these other organizations aren't participating, media outlets, because they're all doing it. Global, though, is of particular interest because they do 13 hours. There are many people who do not understand that 13 hours, nighttime podcast is also funded by Global. Not to, again, smear.
Doesn't mean anything.
Not to smear, but that's the truth. That's the truth. Sorry? What did you say?
Well, I'm just saying it. I mean, it doesn't mean anything, but I mean,
no,
it could. It doesn't, right? So
good. Yeah. Excuse me. Fuck, I got
stop smoking so much.
I know it's the smoking. It's the smoking. We listen to enough propaganda. Well,
BBC. Okay, I found it. Nova Scotia Army Reserves behind fake letter released behind. Here, look, I'll share it. Where can I share it? Where can I share this?
In the chat?
Mark,
Discord?
apparently we don't listen to enough propaganda.
Okay. So, Nova Scotia Army Reserves behind fake letter of released wolves. It definitely wasn't for public consumption. It was purely for training purposes. The source of mysterious fake letter warning people about gray wolves wandering in Nova Scotia has been found. It's the Canadian military. The letter appeared in a number of mailboxes, and it looked like an official note from the Department of Lands and Forests. Oh, Leon Drowdry, ring. It claimed that...
Sorry, what did you say?
The boss.
Oh, don't get no bad, very bad.
Okay. Shame. Okay,
Let's not go there today.
it claimed that 8 gray wolves had been reintroduced to Kings County in August, but earlier this week the department said the letter was fake. It turned out the letter was actually created by a Reserve Army unit, Camp Aldershot in Kentville, Nova Scotia. It definitely wasn't for public consumption, said Lieutenant Lance Wade, public affairs officer, a Army Reserve in Halifax. It was purely for training purposes. Wade said he does not know why the unit chose wolves as a topic in their training.
Who are they training? Just to ask a quick question here. Who are they training? Their own soldiers?
Their own soldiers, so they can run further psyops.
Farmers.
Citizens?
Farmers.
Anyway, hiding a bunch of crap. Somebody should be in real deep shit for this. Back in my day, there's all kinds of places, there's all kinds of lands and bases and then training areas and all kinds of stuff to go do things like this that you wouldn't, upset the population or the locals or anything like that. And a lot of times, the proper procedure for that kind of thing is if you are doing something that's loud enough or suspicious or anything like that, you have call-out information on the people in the local area. Okay, even back in the days when we didn't have cell phones or email or any of these things, you had the phone numbers for these people. You would send them a letter the week before, that kind of thing. So they would know something was going on. This whole thing, again, is just whoever did that needs a good swift one between the knees and then up as hard as possible.
You're 100% right, because actually I worked with a guy that trains at Aldershot, and he'll be going away to Egypt for the next 6 months here in like a month training. So it came out of that guy's camp. So I know that personally. And it's totally irresponsible. So to finish the article, it was potentially seen quite innocent at the time, but anyway, seems to have grown some legs, he said. The Army deeply regrets any worry it caused Nova Scotians, Wade said in inconvenience to Lands and Forest staff. Bob Petre, director of wildlife with the department, has said the fake letter did indeed become a bit of a headache. His department started getting calls about it, leading to an issue, leading them to issue a warning on Twitter. Oh, of course, Twitter. Last Wednesday.
Good. Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Yay.
Because it's so
Twitter.
useful. It's so fucking useful, you know?
Everybody knows about Twitter.
Yeah, except for I don't have an account. Anyways, it hasn't been terribly a big deal, but we have spent some time dealing with it, and we could have been dealing with, well, actual real issues, he told CBC's Information Morning. As far as he knows,
disinformation morning. Sorry, what?
Yep. So as far as he knows, Wade said he's never heard anything like this happen in the province before. Funny. In an internal investigation, it is now underway to figure out who or how the letter was released and make sure incidents like this don't happen again. Well, it was a bunch of young cadets. That's a story.
Yeah.
I feel like a dick for this mask.
I wonder, though, perhaps this has been happening the whole time. Perhaps, like maybe the hard drives being found. This is all a fucking joke, man. We've all been snowed the whole time by everybody. Not just this story, not just Nova Scotia. Sorry?
Yeah.
Well, it goes back many years. The train, remember the train guys?
Yeah.
Remember the guy in Vancouver who was going to, him and his wife were going to bomb the parliament there? They got, coerced into basically doing it.
Maybe Swiss Air 111.
Yeah.
Swiss Air 111.
Paul.
Everybody's just keeping a straight face. I love it. What the fuck, man? Yeah. I'm not gonna play poker with you guys. Seriously, man.
How could you? You lose.
Well, I'm usually pretty good at keeping like a stoic look, but I don't know if it's because you're masked. Well, that's you. So I can't.
That's cheating.
You.
Oh, I can get better ones.
Steve's probably high.
Yes,
I have no
sure.
And Rage just has professional training. So, Christ, this is disastrous. Look, Steve, he's just like.
Okay, so just try to get a little bit of lightheartedness going here. So, I was actually posted to the Pacific Fleet Diving Unit at the time that the Swiss Air went down. And they threw three of the guys, the actual clearance divers with EOD qualifications, flew out on just a plane. They just put them on a plane and sent them out there. And then I had to get all their gear ready, put it in a van, take it from Esquimalt up to Comox. And then it got loaded onto the proper pallet and then onto the Herc. And then I had to fly all the way from Comox, British Columbia to Halifax on this Herc. And they stopped in Winnipeg for fuel and checking and stuff like that. We didn't get off the plane. Anyway, a Hercules is loud, it shakes, it vibrates, and the more stuff you have in it, the better off you are. But when there's me, one other guy, and this Jeep, which if anybody knows, if you want to hear something rattle, just, kick the side of an Iltis Jeep. So when you've got one Iltis Jeep, one pallet of diving gear, and two guys, there's not a lot to stop the vibration of the Herc. So by the time I got to Halifax and got this gear to the guys, I was doing this for a day and a half. So just try and, like I said, just try to lighten the mood a little bit for everybody. Steve, is that you? Is that a picture of Steve?
Yeah, I don't do well with water. I mean, I like it, but...
What do you mean you don't do well with water? That's how you were birthed.
Yeah, I mean, I like it, but it's just like if I get a choice to do something, water's not going to be usually the choice.
You prairie boys.
Yeah.
Hot tub. Hot tub. And beer.
Hot tub, maybe. Yeah, I could do. I can do hot tubs.
Yeah. And drinks.
Yep. There you go.
You know, Frank Dorrington might have been the lead diver for the RCMP side on that. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I actually don't even remember the names of any of the guys that I worked with at the time I went there. I was only at that unit for a short time, but I do remember it.
Interesting stuff there.
44 had sex with a woman in protection program on 8 occasions over a 6-year period. Mr. Doran said the sex was consensual, but the victim believed she had no choice because she was being protected.
What was he doing?
However, RCMP officer who once had Atlantic Region's Witness Protection Program was sentenced yesterday for sexual assault.
A lot of people like sex out there, hey?
I like the Witness Protection Program.
It's really protecting witnesses, don't you say?
Shifting narratives on Swiss Air 111. Yeah. Somebody did that. I don't remember. Someone on CBC, I think. Was it? Did you guys ever hear anything about that?
Never.
What's that?
I don't have cable.
I heard something about the Fifth Estate. The Fifth Estate and the changing of the story from a fire to
terrorist attack.
A terrorist attack.
Yeah.
I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, and the cockpit lit up and it burnt out the wires in the rear end of the plane, and she nosedive. Well, that's the scientific, I'm being yelled at, but whatever. Anyways,
the just yell back. That's usually what I do.
But anyways, no, seriously, I was a kid. I was a kid back then, and the best understanding I had to the story was the wires burned up, and that caused the plane.
Such a shit, eh? I'm just like, I'll just flash a couple of things here and there,
Okay.
I don't know what that's all about.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a coffee. Just one moment. You guys keep us entertained while the Corpa is scrolling.
Scroll that Corpa. Corpa chameleon. Oh, I know who D2C is. That's who I thought you were. I also called him.
God, it's almost.
You got it, Miz.
It's almost like I'm drunk and fell down. What do these people do?
Man.
My hair. Oh, hey, look at that guy. He looks familiar. What was that? About Us. Let's see. What's in About Us? Licensed, bonded, private investigative firm.
Is that right?
Professionals and staff, fully qualified investigators.
I bet they pay well.
Practical experience. Corporate intelligence, government, security, public policy, are recognized by some of the distinguished law firms and corporations in Canada. Corporate group. Japan, Toronto. Oh, Montreal. Let's see. What else do we have on corporate group? Contact. They have anything?
Toronto head office and Montreal admin office. Yeah.
Oh. They don't seem to have anything. Let's see here. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Something in that coffee there. I think you swallowed a cricket.
Yeah.
I'm back.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Nice face diaper.
Okay, hey, if we're playing this game, all right.
The girlfriend told me to put it on. Oh yeah. Compare me to him. Okay, yeah, I see how it goes.
I see what you're trying to do here.
I have kitty cats on my face, okay? I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna drink with this on though.
Why would there be a fucking story about this guy getting arrested for impersonating a police officer? Oh, I guess they needed to cover his tracks. Yeah.
Why would this be here anyways? It's like derp.
Yeah. Derp.
Derp.
Derp. Speaking of derp. Hamina. I got nothing.
You have nothing?
No, I got no masks.
Hmm.
Who are you typing to, Seamus? Oh, fuck. He's so awkward.
Uh-oh. Do I? Do I not?
Go ahead. Let her rip. Let her rip. Fuck it. We're out here. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see where we're going. Why am I on the fucking corner there? Is it just me? Corpa Group Incorporated. I first met Paul.
Oh, don't read it out loud.
Okay.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Maybe I should talk to Paul. Maybe he can help me get my book published. Not.
Ooh. Burn.
What are you doing?
What? I thought we were playing this game.
Yeah! What's wrong with you two? Over there, rage and cells. Come on, put your
What's
mask
going on? Hey, you guys aren't playing the game?
Yeah, where's your pillowcase?
I got nothing to put on.
Oh.
You don't got a raccoon or something? You put over there?
Well, I tried.
I wish I had that black bear hat that I wore in some of my videos, but no, I don't even know where that is.
Tim Bousquet, or Kevin Bousquet, sorry. Freudianism. Sorry.
Freudian slip?
Yes, sir.
Hey.
It's a small community, guys.
Yeah, good. Good.
Well, I'm not saying. I don't know. The name's kind of familiar. That's all.
Small community.
Yeah.
So how many people do you think we pissed off tonight?
Oh, probably a few. I mean, that's not our our purpose at all. But I mean, like at this point, it's been 9 months, and
I agree.
people have questions, and we need them answered. And if they're not asked, then nobody answers them.
Correct. So go hard or get the fuck out, right?
Pretty well.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
What do they call it? Going hard in the paint.
Oh, I'm confusing people apparently. Truth and all. Don't worry about it. Paul is good, but sometimes Paul is not good.
Really? A retired RCMP sergeant and ident officer who worked on the Swiss Air investigation. Huh. I'd like to find out who that is.
Mr. Palango says it began more than 2 years ago when he worked contracted by a retired RCMP sergeant and indent officer who worked on Swiss Air investigation. Tom Juby, who spent 4 years as lead forensics investigator on the disaster, led Mr. Palango to 13,000 pages of documents about Swiss Air crash. Quote, "The story he is able to tell is a very powerful one," says Mr. Palango, an associate producer on the documentary.
Oh, what?
Associate producer on the documentary.
Oh, behind the project. And
Huh.
But instead caused by incendiary device.
Fire.
Did that change the narrative to this business of Al Qaeda?
As they state to resemble the plane, they began to realize the fire damage is much greater than the short circuit could have ever caused. Then they find scientific evidence of the constitutes of an incendiary device or possibly a failed bomb on the plane. Yet no criminal investigation ever takes place, Mr. Palango says. By then, the Transportation Safety Board had opened itself up to legal action by the airlines that had spent millions of dollars to correct suggested safety deficiencies. The larger part of the picture, Mr. Palango suggests, is the political climate of the day. No one wanted to talk about terrorism because of the impact it could have had on the airline industry and the American economy. But the world now knows of Al Qaeda's interest in planes.
Oh. Well, the article is gone.
Wah, wah, wah.
Mm.
I remember this being the biggest fucking tragedy, like, ever when I was a little kid. Look at me now. A Chester Basin author is bringing his theory about what may have brought down Swiss Air Flight 111 in Mahone Bay. Paul Palango is widely known for 3 books about the inner workings of the RCMP. Will lead a lecture on the 1998 disaster this afternoon. The crash was attributed to a fire caused by faulty wiring in the attic of the plane, but Palango suggests the terrorists were responsible for the crash and the fire on the plane wasn't accidental. Palango says his interest in the crash peaked a few years ago when he was contacted by a lead forensic investigator on the disaster. It wasn't really that interested in the beginning, but I thought it would be some kind of conspiracy theory. But I went through the documents and the scenarios involved. It became clear to me and others who I shared this with that there is something else going on here. The lecture will take place at Mahone Bay Center at 2 p.m.
You want to share my screen?
Give her.
Tom
Yeah,
spent 4 years as lead investigator on the disaster, led Mr. Palango to 13,000 pages?
Okay, that's not it. This is Mr. Juby wrote the book as well.
Twice as far, the Swiss 111 airplane crash investigation, the shocking true story of deception and corruption behind the hangar doors. Thomas C. Juby.
There he is.
Oh, what a sleuth. Look at
What?
that.
What a weirdo. Shouldn't he be taking pictures of birds having sex? What the fuck?
Well, I heard something about that maybe he might not be qualified to speak on this one, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm still in the process of investigating him.
Well, clearly he's a perp.
Perhaps he drives ghost cars.
Could happen.
Gotta
relive the old days.
Or he wears masks. I don't know.
Okay.
Oh dear, through the link of that Fifth Estate special.
I gotta go.
Oh, let's have a look at that. Let's have a look. Let's see here. Where is that?
Also, the Ms. Fox threw a link in there for Kevin Bousquet. It's just like a little write-up on him.
Oh.
September 2nd, 1998, high above the Atlantic coast of Nova Scotia.
With 111 heavy is declaring sand after smoke in the cockpit.
An aviation code for peril, soon to be a tragedy. It would be called an accident. Tonight, the whistleblower who suspected murder. An hour and 13 minutes after takeoff, Swiss Air Flight 111 plunged into the sea near Halifax. There were 229 people on board. From the early moment of the search, it was clear that none survived.
Basically, what happened was that the plane, when it hit the nose of the aircraft, it would have hit first and would have crushed against the water. Now, at the speeds involved, we're looking at the tail meeting the nose in about a quarter of a second.
The search for life would soon become a search for understanding. What could have caused such sudden devastation, so much death? Good evening and welcome to the Fifth Estate. I'm Lyndon McIntyre. Those images would be embedded in memories around the world for years to come. 229 people, after unimaginable minutes of terror, dead in a fraction of a second. But in the aftermath of that horrifying plane crash, there were other casualties, and tonight you'll meet one of them. A dedicated cop for whom that night marked the beginning of the end of a long career in law enforcement. And he will tell us for the first time publicly that the final and until now unacknowledged casualty of Swiss Air 111 may well have been the truth of what really happened.
Sergeant T.C. Juby, Sergeant Juby, T.C. Juby, Sergeant T.C. Juby.
His name.
So, just out of mild curiosity, do you guys think that do you think this is all true, or did we get painted a picture about Al Qaeda?
I haven't seen it yet, and I'm looking to see what the connection is, and why are they glorifying this guy and deflecting everything away and wah about him losing his career?
What year was this? 89, right? Or 1990?
99. That article was 99, but it happened September 2nd, 98 is when the crash happened.
Okay, so what happened after 98? Did Canada ever have to enter into any military conflicts?
Yeah.
No.
With anything? So would it be beneficial to change the narrative?
No.
Not really. Not for Canada. There was no need to. No.
No.
I'm sincerely confused here.
Would it be helpful to change the narrative from perhaps a plane that may have gone down by fire to an Al-Qaeda bombing or whatever the hell they determined or think, because maybe then Canada might participate in other global issues?
Well, Canada's going to fight.
Like
all the coach.
What happened after 98, Kage?
9/11.
Yeah, well, and okay, so the other thing is they called. I remember this now. I forgot all about it because
Oh gosh,
I wasn't heavy into it, but they called that that flight, that Swiss Air 111 was a regular flight. It was a regular flight number used. They called it the UN Express because they would fly people out of New York. That thing flew out of Kennedy, and they would New York and Washington. They would fly people from there, over to Brussels or wherever it may be that they needed to go for these UN flights. For instance, there was 132 Americans, 41 Swiss, 30 French, 3 British, 3 Canadian, 3 Italian, 2 Greek, 2 Lebanese, 1 each
Wonder
from
if any of the
Afghanistan.
Swiss were bankers.
Sorry?
Well,
if
they call here's the thing. If they call it the UN Express, and all these people from all these different countries, they are some kind of, I'm guessing, diplomat or attaché or people of prominence and importance. So would it be a target for Al Qaeda? Yes, absolutely. So it wouldn't have to be a Canadian conspiracy. It could be a UN thing or just a, that. But I'm just trying to read in these articles to see.
Or maybe they were setting their cards up in preparation
Well,
for
I'm not
the
going-
big withdrawal on 9/11.
Yeah, I'm not going super tinfoil, but what it did do, possibly, I'm just saying, suggesting possibly, that it may have shifted the political narrative in people's minds to say, oh, goodness, we're getting attacked all the time, and start your mind going in that direction.
It's possible. Remember, we had the USS Cole.
Because then we get more and more and more.
Yeah, we had the 2 embassy bombings. We had, we were busy as fuck back then with Al Qaeda, anyways, long before 9/11 ever came along and Osama bin Laden.
But but who paid? Yeah, right. Well, it shouldn't spiral too far out of control, but it's more perhaps. Yeah, because then it can go, that rabbit hole is way too deep for now, and I don't think that we should ever go that far, most people, but just the idea that perhaps maybe that, as that article said, somebody was behind that shifting. Maybe.
Can we
maybe
go back to Portapic?
Sorry?
Can we go back to Portapic? I think we're off topic.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not presenting a lead, but I think we're getting a little bit off topic now on the full frontal. But I do feel like we're digressing a little bit. And maybe we need to end it here. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Not to give you the fish eye.
Damn you. You're just a real speaker.
I'm a real Pete Stevens. I'm sorry.
There's a lot there for people to chew on anyway.
I hope so. I fucking hope so. I hope people listen. One thing I can say is that I made some false choices, and I regret them. And I am sorry. I'm sorry to Julie because I brought someone into a server that didn't belong to the server. I brought a leech. I didn't bring a contributor. I brought a leech into the server, and it has soured the well.
I don't think we should. Well, I mean, I'm not going to go that far.
Well,
I don't know, but
okay.
there's
Listen.
enough there for me to say.
I soured the well. I take full responsibility for it, and obviously it blew up on social media, and it shouldn't have blown up like it did. It should have never gone that far. It shouldn't even happened. The problem is I didn't listen to you. You were right from the start, and I fucked things up. So if anyone, no, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And people need to realize that this is a very sensitive issue.
There we go. There we go. Mark just said it. Look, right there.
Yeah.
It's only human to trust. Because if we're looking for the truth and we're good people, then it's inherent to trust people, and then we get burned. And that happens.
Yeah,
sometimes. And this isn't to say that anybody that we've discussed tonight at all is burning anybody, but it is to say, at least that's my opinion.
No,
because I want to make sure, because I don't want to burn bridges with people. I really don't. But there's questions, a lot of questions.
Okay. I'll burn bridges. I'll burn my own bridges, and I'll speak for myself. How's that? I'll speak for myself. I let someone in the server, the main server, that shouldn't have belonged, that used the server for his own self-promotion, and he knows who I am. He knows where I live. He made a film driving by my property 3 times. 3 times he drove by my property. And I don't appreciate it. And I don't appreciate you twisting the truth. And you know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, Pete Stevens. And you better cut it out. Because now you're treading on thin ice. You realize that, right? It's not a threat. It's a promise. So don't you ever fuck with people or mislead people, because it's only going to end up in your disfavor. That's it. That's all I got to say.
Well, okay. There's no need to. I don't think you didn't mean that in any threatening way, right?
No, but like when someone contributes and tries to better your understanding, and then it's being used against the main agenda, which is for the betterment of the victim families, it's a problem. It's 100% a problem. It's not about him. He's not important. I'm not important. I'm alive. I'm not important. No one that's alive is important. He's not important. Why is he trying to make himself important? That's my question for Pete Stevens. He knows who I am.
Well, I think it's just good to always assess where things come from and why people do the things that they do. Motives is always important to me. Motives. And is what they are telling you true? You know, if there's things that people say that are untrue, then just like a court of law, you have to part ways with that then, because that person is no longer trustworthy.
As long as people know not to trust him anymore. That's my point. Is that
that's for them? That's for them totally. That's for everybody to decide. But I just want to put the evidence forward to ask the questions. That's all. I'm not gonna say one way or another on anything that was mentioned.
I agree. And let me put this on the record. I'll put this on the record. I do not speak for Little Gray Cells, Steve LTT, or Rage in the Cage. I do not speak for these 3 individuals. I speak for myself.
Or the Discord.
Or the Discord. You're right. That's a communal function of society.
Yes.
And if you disrespect that, that's your problem. But I speak for myself and only myself. That's all I'm allowed to do. We are citizens. So you want to throw someone on the bus? Throw me on the bus.
No.
But you don't get the right to throw everybody on the bus. That's the point.
I'm going to say one thing. If somebody was stalking outside of my house, I would have a problem with that too, and my reaction would be very similar. It would probably be worse, to be honest. So
there have been people
just saying that
there have been people that have been, and I'm not saying that that's what happened with Sad, but what there have been people in this story legitimately that have been stalked by the RCMP, which is totally unfair. And perhaps what happened with Tara might have not been 100% the real deal. I find it very interesting that fellow, I still am stuck with that line a little bit, that he said that he was there with Heidi Stevenson. That was spooky. And then they deleted that video off of Facebook. Tara didn't delete that video. They did. So I don't know what's going on, but I think it's good to keep scraping, deeper than what is told to us by the mainstream media, because they lie to us. And that's been very, very, very clear from the beginning. Very, very clear. They've all screwed us. I mean, just the George, Lori George part right there. They knew on the 19th, they knew what time, and Global perpetrated that lie for how long? Global has perpetrated a lot of lies. Brenda. Hot tub parties, Brenda. Hot tub parties, Brenda. Hot tub parties. Brenda.
I think you need to bring that story to light, because there's a lot of people biting at the jaws for that one.
I'm leaving it with the fact that people will just do the right thing, and then nobody has to fall. Nobody has to get hurt in it. They just do the right thing. They just stand up, and they. So whether that be, if there is something there, perhaps she might want to address that.
Yeah,
and if there's not, then perhaps you might want to skulk away from the story and never become involved with it ever again.
You're right.
Otherwise, things might come out, and that might not be very good for the RCMP
or supporters,
other people,
supporters.
Anyway. And I'm not saying that DT. I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm not saying anything. What are you laughing about? Oh, the drinking underneath the mat. Well, that's what you got to do.
That's not what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at Dan's comment.
I don't know why he. I don't know, because I'm watching the StreamYard, so I don't know which one you're laughing at. But
I'm watching both.
Oh my.
Oh jeez.
Meanwhile, Rage over here is all like cool and collected.
He's like, oh, what have I gotten myself into? These people. These are
local yokels. Local yokels. That's what he's thinking of us. He thinks we're goons.
Oh, trust me, I'm part of the crowd. I just don't show it.
So you've been busy, right? I didn't stick everybody's links in. Let me do that. Huh?
That's all good.
No. I haven't. I just haven't done it yet. I was going to stick links and things like that, but the stories are there. People can go and look them up. I believe so again, I would stress to people, archive things. Use archive.is, use archive.org, save those links. Keep a file, keep it offline. Like, look, I've got a drawer of them. I've got piles of these, or hard copies. Hard copies are great. Or you keep it offline, or separate hard drives that aren't connected to the internet. Then that way, if things disappear, well, you can still find them.
It's a lot of trees you killed.
You're dangerous, man, with your. So let's see.
You wouldn't believe it.
You're an eco terrorist. They're tree terrorist. Let's see. How do I do this now?
It's okay. We'll still be able to read the pages.
Did you snort?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Oh no, that's foul.
Do you got pockets inside that mask?
Snort.
Listen, you know what foul is when you call me when you shouldn't.
Okay, so I've got the information now posted below for any way to contact us and give us any tips that you have. So please do. I think, frankly, maybe the thing that Steve worked on very kindly and put together, which will air maybe tomorrow.
Sure.
Yeah. Maybe we can set a time right now, and we can set up a premiere after we get off here, and we can do a simulcast. I know that.
I feel like it needs a 5-minute intro.
It does. It needs a special intro.
Okay.
Oh, I'm fucking lazy. I'm fucking lazy. Okay, I could try and put something together.
You didn't see that.
Anyway, and I don't think anybody did hop into the voice channel ever. So, but once again, thank you for all of your guys' hard work, continued hard work. Please, let's see. Actually, I won't do that because I don't want to dox. Oh, that's interesting. So let's see here. Dimitri. Okay, I haven't verified this at all. Dimitri Neonkis belongs to Corpa and is a pilot, plus friends with the Banfields, and is a pilot doing the hearts and things that Global is posting. I guess that would be the heart radar thing. Let's just have a quick look at that.
Interesting.
That would be a pretty spooky connection. Oh. Okay.
Colonel Star. Meet the pilot who is painting pictures through the sky in Nova Scotia's heartbreaking year. Steve McKinley, Halifax Bureau, Wednesday, June 20th. Halifax, somewhere in the skies over Canuck Lake, Nova Scotia green forest and water below, and ominous clouds overhead. Dimitri Nikwiski, or wherever the fuck, is banking his plane through a 2G turn and muttering to himself. What's he muttering? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. The plane, a 4-seat, single-engine, 2004 Circus SR-22, shudders a bit, then settles. Dressed in a red jacket, black pants, torches a gray peat out at the sideburns from under a white. Okay, you scroll down too fast.
Yeah, all right. Well, let's get on with it. Let's see. Is he the one that's doing the
so much drama?
Painting the story of Nova Scotia in the sky 2020.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Oh, so he's the guy who's painting stuff. All right. So let's see here. Who is he?
I don't know. That's Indo Blue.
Oh, Haligonia.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Someone's butt's going to be really hurt.
I remember something about Haligonia and the posed pictures, but we'll deal with that one another day. So let's see. Does he work for Corpa?
I'm not finding anything yet.
No, Copa, not Corpa. Copa.
Okay.
Okay. Now, is he friends with Banfields? How do we know that?
hit the images.
Charlie Banfield. That's not to say that that means anything.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Go back up. Banfield. Show me.
Well, he plays golf. They play golf together at the
$40.
View Golf and Country Club.
Where's that at? That's in Dartmouth?
Banfield. Oh, okay. All right. So I see the golf connection. I see the golf connection. Dimitri, yes, I can see this. I could see John and Nick Banfield and Doug Banfield being friends with him, potentially being friends with this Dimitri fellow. That's possible. Nick Banfield. There we go. Nick Banfield.
Okay, so
Doug Banfield, Dimitri. Yep. So they have played golf. Probably together.
Guess what other pattern he flew in the sky? Black Lives Matter.
Okay. Let's not get too far.
No, I'm just saying he did do that too.
Yeah, the power
Sky
fist.
artist. So he doesn't work for Corpa. So I don't know. Maybe I misread that.
That's a nothing burger.
No, it's not, because he is friends with the Banfields, possibly. I wonder if we can get his Facebook friends list. Let's see here. No, friends private. But we could try Nick Banfield.
Why don't you try G Club Haircut?
Partner at Twin Staffing. Twin Staffing, very interesting. Oh, yeah. Well, there's Nick's good friend, Sean. That one's a bad connection. Sean, of course, who's friends with Tom Martin. Tom Martin, the investigator for the families. Sean Banfield, coke dealer out of Shube. Something not quite right about that. Now, let's see here. Who is this fellow? Dimitri. Yep, here he is.
Yep. President CEO Exalendria's franchise.
That is a connection. The guy who's flying hearts around the sky is friends with the Banfield family, Lisa Banfield. This is Lisa Banfield's nephew.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. No one wants to listen to this, but it's the truth.
Twin Staffing is a very questionable organization, I will say. But I've talked about them before.
Nice, nice triangle.
Sorry?
Yeah, they're in your neck of the woods, aren't they?
Yes, actually, they have an office here. Let's have a look and see what I like the picture of their office. Let's see here. Twin Staffing Incorporated. Oh, here's the Calgary office. I like
hold on one second.
Photo? This is the photo of their office. But you can reverse image search this, and it's a stock photo. And there's all kinds of companies who put their, like over in China, who put their label all over this. This is their actual office here in Calgary, based out of a townhome. But Twin Staffing also has offices in a house in Nova Scotia and also down in Michigan. But their posts for jobs, they never seem to change, and they haven't changed in years. They only have about 6. Let's see, Twin Staffing. Who are we? What are we looking for? Openings. Let's try that. Oh, they have 5, 6, 7. 7 openings for 3 offices in 2 countries that are non-specific.
I can do at least 4 of the 7.
Oh, this has changed a little bit. Now we've got Calgary, Halifax. Oh, now they're saying they have more.
Calgary, Halifax, NYC. Ooh.
Let's see here.
This Neo guy, Neo.
Oh, this is the same copy paste that they had before. They just changed it a little bit. Now they put Calgary, Halifax, New York City. These are all very highly specialized things usually. But when you do a search here, it's got one Google review. And this person, Shelley Apsholm, let's have a look at her. Let's look at her LinkedIn copy. She has a high school education. I don't think she's doing engineering, information tech, finance, accounting jobs. Twin staffing is a front. Operating out of the United States and in 2 offices in Canada, in my opinion, frankly, should be reported to the IRS.
I think we're upsetting people in chat.
Why? Oh, it's too late?
No, we're upsetting people's stomachs.
This guy does some good stuff though too. So there's not to completely say things.
Okay. Yeah. No. Let's
I'm
do.
Not arguing. I'm just saying. I'm reading the comments.
No. Could you share with us, Steve?
Well, he's got a business. It's called Dream Wings.
Mm-hmm.
Which I mean could be why he knows a lot of people, because he seems to deal with a lot of people. But basically he takes people like who are handicapped or physically or mentally. He takes them on flights, it looks like, in his plane.
Is Rage okay?
But perhaps, every philanthropy does exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Philanthropy is also, I'm not saying that at all. I don't know who this person is. This is brand new information, but philanthropy can be a cover for other things.
The one thing I would say that's a little weird about the flight thing he did for Nova Scotia, this just strikes me as weird, is that Hearts that he flew in the sky there, that he flew that on the 19th. Like it all finished that day. I mean, and he wanted to do something, I get that, but I don't know. It strikes me as you wouldn't do it that same day. Like maybe you would do that days later. I don't know.
Maybe if he was already up in the air for some reason and he knew about it.
No, he told air traffic. There's an article I'm reading. He told air traffic control that he was going on a sightseeing flight.
No, he did some strange shit for sure. Okay. I agree with you, Steve.
Yeah. I don't know.
The first time was in the wake of the Portapique shootings on April 19th. He watched horrified as reports came in of the shootings, the chase of the killer, increasing death toll. Wonder if he could have used his plane to track down the car.
Yeah, one would think. I'll be right back.
He could have used his plane to do that. He did what he often does when he needs to de-stress. He asked his girlfriend if she wanted to fly, and they headed to the airport. For the airport. He had an idea that he would trace an image of a heart in the sky with his flight path over Portapique. He'd sketch it out on his tablet, had no idea if he'd be able to pull it off. And so he told them, "Where are you headed?" "North," I said. So you're saying you read that he told them it was sightseeing.
Yeah, I can send you the article where he says it.
Is that what I've got shared on the screen, the Toronto Star?
No. And again, I'm just going to clarify, this guy actually really legitimately does sound like a really good guy. Like he apparently does fly these children with all of his own expense. I mean, obviously people donate to him, but still, like he seems like he's doing something really good. So I'm not saying he's not a good person.
So, and again, for him to his skill level and everything else, and he does these things in the sky anyways to go out and do a heart like that just out of the blue because of that. Yeah, it's totally possible, right? So I mean, even the day of, yes, it's still.
What did he do prior to this?
Don't know.
I would probably assume that it was military or something, maybe.
He just a philanthropist by all time. This was on. I remember this was on Lively's page. Sid Sell Signs.
Mm-hmm.
He had it posted.
I mean, there's a lot of people with planes that do sightseeing things. They give lessons. I know people in small communities with small planes that do air ambulance stuff, right? I mean,
Sorry?
There's all kinds of ways to make money with your plane, right? So.
Let's see what we've got. Where is this? Oh, I can't log in. For what reason? Oh. LinkedIn? Okay, here we go. Oh, it says he's out of the United States. There is a person by the same name out of the United States in LinkedIn with no information linked at all. Interesting.
He also did a plane on May 21st, the Snowbirds Corporal Jennifer Casey's. The airspace was closed to drones, yet the plane was allowed to fly. At that time, my son-in-law's brother is a pilot teacher.
Okay, Robin Banfield is apparently also a friend. Who is Robin Banfield? That's not ringing a bell. ROBYN.
It's not so strange as not news at all. Why would anyone report this in the news?
Carleton University. I don't know Robin Banfield. Anybody know Robin Banfield?
No. As a citizen.
Apparently he possibly owned a pizza place in Moncton or Halifax. This Dimitri fellow. Interesting. How was it that Indo Blue got the recordings of Palango so fast? Just been listening to the stream. Yes, I didn't go through any of those things, and I think the stream has gone on long enough for now. People can go and check them out. But there's some interesting
connections.
Yeah, I like that interview that he did with Nighttime, where he talked about that. That was all kind of interesting. Kind of sounded a bit. Robin is on LinkedIn, but I do not have the account. I do not have an account. I don't know who Robin Banfield is in the story. That name is new to me. The Banfield family is fairly large, as is the Wortman family. The Wortman family is huge. Lots of people. Sorry?
It's deceiving. The Wortman family is deceiving as far as I'm concerned. And I'm only going to speak for myself, not for anyone else. But the Wortman family it's a German surname, and it's highly deceiving. And like a lot of people, it seems, has the surname Wortman that's unrelated, or people don't want to actually associate with Wortmans. Am I incorrect for saying that in New Brunswick specifically? Because it seems like that.
We lost Kate. Well, the Wortman family tree, I kind of drawn out some of it. I'm not talking just people with the last name Wortman. I'm talking about actual relatives. It's actually quite a big family. They're in Ontario, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia.
I can say the same about my family. Is the thing, is that we're spread out. You disseminate, like you go where the work is.
You wear a mask, so you can just. Oh no! I have to delete that now. Or
You have to turn it to private now.
Yeah. OnlyFans.
there's no like, when you're live streaming, dude. I can't get rid of that.
Hey, I emailed you a photo to the Nova Scotia Investigators email.
Me?
No.
Okay.
I wanted to ask over Kage, like if the hat meant anything to him, but he's not here now.
Well, you want me to bring it up here?
Yeah, I mean, if anyone in the chat is familiar with what the hat means,
that'd be awesome.
I'm assuming it's like a military type hat.
Yes, that's United States.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought it was too.
What are you referring to, Steve? I can't. Okay. Looks like the guy from what's that called? What's that movie called? Where they dropped the nuclear bomb?
Oops.
In the 50s. In the 60s. What's that called? In the 60s. Like Mr. Strangelove. That looks like Mr. Strangelove. Does not?
Yeah, well, I don't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, well, we can bring up an image and put it side by side.
I don't know. Okay, here. What do I do?
Do it side by side.
I'm looking it up right now.
I looked at a side. I've looked at a few side by sides recently of, I don't know, a gay couple.
Oh my god!
A gay couple that looked vaguely familiar to people from 20 years ago.
Time travelers.
They're friends with certain people in this story. 20 years ago. There's a lot of ties. Felix.
Where do I post a picture? Where do I post a picture of Mr. Strangelove? Right here?
Sorry? Pinio.
There you go. He put it in the chat there. Then you can put that side by side.
Oh, God. You guys and your humor. Okay, man. Seriously? Do you want me to build? Like, that'll take me a moment, but...
You gotta have fun while we're
Come on, man. I'm not trying to be derogatory to anybody here, so...
Just yell at me. I'm okay. I told you. It's okay to yell at me.
How can I do this here? I don't know how.
Oh, Kage is having internet issues.
Is it because he lives in nowhere, Saskatchewan?
Well, it's because it runs through a potato and an onion.
How do you know where he lives?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's spooky. That's concerning. No?
He's got a spider chart in the back, like a flow chart.
That actually kind of was somewhat of a serious question, but anyway.
Oh, LGC knows I'm a total asshole. It's okay.
So what happened here?
But if you ask me to do something, I'll do it well. I'll say that much. You gotta live life.
Okay.
Miss Fox, what if Sad and Steve are the same guy? Yeah.
We are.
Yeah, we got the same toque, everything. Look.
Yeah.
Here, hold on. Oh, see my the head.
Yeah, we got
different. Hold on, I gotta make it look the same.
Okay.
Oh, I can't do it. Okay, there we go.
Look,
same hairline. Now it's the same.
We got perfect hair and noses and mustaches. That's all you need to know.
Nobody has. I have perfect hair. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
No. Me and Steve have natural
long golden locks. Beautiful, luscious golden locks.
Look at our foreheads. Yeah, look, same guys.
Come on, man.
That didn't
This
take
guy
you long at all.
helps kids with
You fell in a trap.
this is deteriorated into madness now. At this point in time. I am curious about that hat though.
Yeah, I'd like to know like what it actually means. Like
I care about the glasses. Look at the glasses. One's chrome and one's black. That's the same.
What is it? What is it, Steve? The thin rim spectacle, the black rim spectacle.
Black rim spectacles, yeah.
Oh, that could get me started.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm don't know if there. I'm just going to check and see if there's anything else here.
Eli class frigate ship class images.
Oh, okay. I'm going to send you a private message right here, and
Why don't we talk in the aftermath?
well, I don't know if that should or should not be addressed.
Burn.
I think it's probably just let's file that one away for another day. That would be. It's probably just good to leave it on that note.
Yeah.
Also, be very watch things all around you. When people emerge, when they come back.
Yes, timing. Again, we have been saying this for a very long time. Timing.
All right. Thanks everybody for joining us. We'll have a premiere tomorrow. Might as well just say what it is. It's going to be an interview with Charlene. So,
oh wow,
it should be really good. And she was really, really kind to give us the time. And my apologies do go out to her because I know she probably expected it to be sooner, but there's been a lot of details that I thought needed to be kept in check. But there's multiple angles here. You got the investigative side, and you also have the heart side of it, and taking care of people in their emotional states and being able to help pass that along to other people. But we will get everything done in due time. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining us. Have a great night. God bless.
Cheers.